Shalom, Yasharallah. I want to start off by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, great millstone, who taught us 100% truth according to the spirits that be Yahweh, Bahashem, Al Shai. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word to the full concern sincerity. And peace and blessing to you hopeful believers out there to Yasa Shalom, man. Now I got a quick little video to the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Al Shai, man. And these just thoughts on polygamy and how it's righteous, man. How polygamy is righteous, man. And first, before we even get into polygamy, we're going to get the definition of polygamy. It says, marriage, and we know marriage to be sex. Sex is the act of marriage. Put a ring on it don't mean shit. When you have sex with somebody, that's the act of marriage. So having sex with somebody with more than one spouse. So having marriage with more than one woman. And how can you have marriage with more than one woman? By having sex with more than one woman. When you have sex with more than one woman, you have multiple servants. You have multiple women, servants, man. Multiple wives. That's why I was looking for the word. Multiple wives, man. It says from Latin. It says from late Latin, polygama, from late Greek polygamy, from polygamos, often married. From polys, many, polygamos, marriage, see gamut. The word is not etymologically restricted to marriage of one man and multiple women. Technically, polygyny, but often is used if word related polygamize. So pretty much polygamy. This is the etymology of it. It goes into meaning many wives or many of something, and therefore it means and we're referring to wives. So women servants having many servants, man. So is polygamy righteous? Yes, because according to scripture, we can have many servants. And the man is designed to have many servants. We're just designed like that. Women are designed to be with one man. The Most High built them like that. Same way how designed the men to be able to have multiple wives, man. Multiple. You see all throughout the scriptures they had multiple wives. Come on, Jacob. How you think he had all them 12 sons? Each son has a different mom. They have a different mother. That means that he has multiple wives. He has 12 wives at minimum. And then on top of that, because I'm not sure if each one has one mom. For Salakia, pretty much each one would have one mom. But pretty much though, and then you have back then, you got them having 2 wives and stuff. And all that stuff, man. Or 3 wives. That's multiple wives. That's polygamy. That's pretty much polygamy. But Esau will tell you polygamy is bad. Is not good. It's against the Most High. That's cheating. The Israelite man can't cheat. It's impossible for the Israelite man to cheat. Because he's designed to have multiple wives. He's designed to do polygamy pretty much. Now let's hit it with King James. It's like 1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 3. This talking about King Solomon. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. Now, the main point was that he had 700 wives. So he had 700 Israelite women, and 300 concubine wives was servants, women. So in total, 1,000 wives. So under this rulership of King Solomon, which was like 40 years, King Solomon, King David, they had multiple wives. What do you think the Israelite men under those great men had? And the Israelite men under them were great men. What do you think they had? You think they had one wife? No, they had multiple wives too. They might not have 1,000. They probably did. Who knows? But we know they had multiple wives. And the Most High said he changed not. Showing you that back then, if we was able to have multiple wives, now we're able to have multiple wives. It doesn't change, man. It doesn't change. He got a prophecy coming up showing that we're meant to have multiple wives. When he says Isaiah 4:1, and we're gonna get that, man. Same thing with Jacob. Jacob had 12 wives. Come on. He probably had more than that. Who knows? But we know he had 12 sons. But Jacob had wives. He had a lot of wives, man. When you go into them and that's the act of marriage, that makes her your wife. Your wife. And now if somebody else already cut into her, then she's already been married to somebody. So if you go into her, then that'll be you committing adultery. Because she'll be committing adultery with you. So you committed adultery. But if she's a virgin, then you go into her. That's your wife. That's one of your servants. Because wife means servant, man. Polygamy is righteous, man. The Most High designed polygamy for a reason, man. How you think you be fruitful and multiply? Because the scripture say women will be saved in childbearing. They'll be saved to help bring forth the rest of Israel. Will be the 2/3, and then more Israelites, man. You think one woman, that's going to take forever. One woman can only have a baby once a year. A man, he can have 3 babies in 1 year. Because he get 3 wives pregnant. Boom, 3 of his servants, he get them pregnant, 3 kids, man. This be the last scripture, though, man. It's Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women should take hold of 1 man, saying, and 7 just means completion. So a complete number of women will take hold of 1 man. And it said 1 man. Ain't that polygamy? Because when we go back to polygamy, it says married with more than 1 spouse. So you have many spouses. You have many of them. And 7 women take a hold of 1 man. 1 man going into a complete number of women. So any number of women, because 7 just mean complete. So any number of women. He goes into. He has multiple spouses. He has multiple wives. We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, and let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Salaki. So how do you get called by a man's name? He got to go in. He got to make you his servant. He got to make you his wife in order for you to be called by his name. He got to make you his wife. And once he makes you his wife, that's when he goes and he got to marry you pretty much. How does a man marry a woman? He goes in unto her. Women got all this stuff. I don't like polygamy. And why the man come? Because the Most High designed it like that. The Most High made it to where men are meant to have multiple wives. That's why you'll see a man or brothers could testify to this. You'll be having 1 wife and you constantly scouting out more women. Like, dang, is she not enough? No, because you meant to have multiple wives. That's why we're sex deprived. We're sex deprived because we meant to have multiple wives. Women don't be like that. And then it's a word I'm thinking of, but women, they can't go into they can't have hold on, Salaki, but women they're not, I can't think of the word, but they can't have multiple men going to them, man. It's gonna fuck with them. Men, we could go into multiple women. Love all of them the same. If a woman has multiple husbands, she can't love every woman the same, but a man can, because the Most High designed us like that. Polygamy is righteous. There's going to be polygamy in the kingdom. It's really, according to scripture, it's a righteous thing for a woman to fight over men. How men be fighting over women, it's supposed to be flipped. Women supposed to be fighting over men. That's how it's going to be in Jacob's troubles. They're going to be fighting over the elect men, because they're going to want that protection, because he's going to be turning away a lot of wrath, having the wisdom with him. But polygamy is righteous, man. I'm ended out on that. I'm ended off on that though, man. Lord willing, this is edifying feeds the lamb and sheep of Yahweh, Bahasham Shaman. Thoughts on polygamy? Polygamy is righteous. It is righteous, man. Having 1 or more spouse. And it's only righteous when a man has more than 1 spouse. A woman can have multiple husbands. That's wicked. That's adultery. But men having multiple wives, that's righteous. Because the Most High designed it. It's been like that since the beginning. You think it changed? Now you can have multiple wives. Oh, you couldn't back then, but now you can. No. It's always been to where you can have multiple wives, man. Come on, even with Abraham. He had Sarah, then he had concubines. What does concubine mean? Concubine mean a heathen wife. He had heathen servants, heathen wives. And he had Sarah. Concubines. King Solomon. And you know King David, under that rulership, they had multiple wives, let alone the Israelite men under them. They had multiple wives, and that was a little prelude to the kingdom. So if that's a prelude to the kingdom, imagine how the kingdom going to be. All Israelite men is going to have multiple wives, man. Probably at least 100. Probably more than that. Who knows, man? Because King Solomon had 1,000 wives, and that was a prelude. So imagine what they're going to have in the kingdom. 1,000,000. But Lord willing, this is edifying through the spirits of Yahweh, Bahashem Abishai, man. I'm ending by saying, Call Holohim La, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash, man. Until I say Shalom, man. Polygamy is righteous when a man does it. But if a woman does it, it's wicked. Because that'll be adultery. But if a man, if he does polygamy, which is pretty much having multiple wives, that is righteous, man. But till I say Shalom, man.